there. This is I believe it is the fourth video in succession for 4.06 activity. Previously, we talked about deep frying, which is a dry heat method. We talked about pan frying, which is similarly a dry heat method. The other thing that we have talked about is simmering, which is a wet heat method. And now, another wet heat method that we're going to be talking about before we move on to combinations is boiling. Boiling is a very simple procedure. You put in your water, generally it's water. Make sure it's up to the boiling point, and you want to consistently create those very big, large bubbles that rise to the top, pop, and then it just circulates around in a very aerating formation. Generally what you want to see with this is large bubbles that are overall making the water on top very active. When you put things in the boiling water, you do not want it to splash back because boiling point is very high. Having a boiling point at that point would be something that you would not want to have you touch your skin, so obviously have general precaution with that. For boiling potatoes, what you want to do generally is put it in a spoon, dip them down. You could totally start those potatoes when the water is cold and then bring it back up to a boil. However, for generally having your boiled potatoes, if you want a specific type of potato, like if you want to blanch the potatoes, you may just put in the potatoes and take them out after a few minutes, put them in ice water, and then you can boil them completely, and that may take out the carbs or very starchy consistency of some potatoes. As for boiling these specific potatoes, you want to put it in while it is cool. You overall want to have that heat high, and you want to have your heat enough to where it continues boiling while the potatoes are within the water. Having your potatoes within the water, generally it will take about 15 to 20 minutes to overall cook your potatoes. It depends on what altitude you're at, but at most altitudes it'll take 15 to 20 minutes, and generally it won't take too long to boil your potatoes. If you are having troubles boiling your potatoes, there could be a method where you cap your potatoes who are boiling. However, this can lead to some boil over, and we don't want that because it'll just have water everywhere, and it could totally just put out your fire as well. However, after 10-15 minutes, you can stick a fork within your potatoes, make sure that they are completely soft, almost internally, and then you can just put them in whatever thing you want. You could have your boiled potatoes, you could have your scalloped potatoes, you could even have mashed potatoes with these types of boiled potatoes. It's a very universal dish, and so that's why I picked the potatoes for this. Taking them out, generally you want to have the same method you put it in. Slotted spoon, just slipping it out, and it'll easily come out so you don't burn yourself. Please don't stick your hand in like I did. That's mostly because I can't just scoop up a piece of paper with a spoon. It's not very practical. All right, that should be the end for boiling, and then onto that we'll be moving on to combination cooking methods. Thanks.